Hello, thrill seekers, and thanks for coming this evening. I'm very excited about this show. This I've been wanting to do this for a really long time, to do a show of my mostest country songs, and so that's what I'm doing tonight. Whoops, and glad you're here for it. I'm going to start off with a song. I recorded this, oh my gosh, when I was writing for Greenwood. So this song has been around a good while. And had Red Volkart playing guitar on this when I recorded it. Why do I care when awake and you're not there? If somewhere else is where you'd rather be. And why do I cry? There's nothing left to try. I did my best to keep you here with me. Why do I fear missing you? You're already gone. Dreams of how we used to be are all I'm living on. Oh, why am I sad? I can't lose what I ain't had. So why does it hurt so bad to see you go? Why do I fear missing you when you're already gone? Dreams of how we used to be are all I'm living on. Oh, why am I sad? I can't lose what I ain't had. So why does it hurt so bad to see you go? Why does it hurt so bad to see you go? All right. Well, can you see and hear me? That's the question. We're still getting our sea legs here, so I'm wondering if you could type something in the chat that you can see and hear me, that would really help. Otherwise, we're back at square one again. This is off the Somewhere Else to Go album, and I'm doing it in a lower key. Absolutely everything. My voice has sunk, which I kind of like. I always wanted to be an alto anyway. All right, here. She came in every Friday evening at 8 o'clock or 1:45. And he'd ask her to dance when he got the nerve and got the chance. She slipped into his arms like she was born to do, and he tried to hold on to her, put his arms around her good and tight and hold on to her. He twirled around the room all night. She turned left, he turned right, but he hung on with all his might. He just tried to hold on to her tight. One night he got the nerve to ask her if she'd step outside for some air. He thought the chance was slim, but she climbed all over him. When she finally got him there, he just tried to hold on to her, put his arms around her good and tight and hold on to her. He twirled around the room all night. She turned left, he turned right, but he hung on with all his might. He just tried to hold on to her tight. Well, one night this other cowgirl cut in as they moved across the floor. His sweetie kinda blew, started pulling hair and clothing too. He had to hold her back while the other girl made the door. He just tried to hold on to her, put his arms around her good and tight and hold on to her. His baby loved to fight. She turned left, he turned right, but he hung on with all his might. He just tried to hold on to her tight. She turned left, he turned right, but he hung on with all his might. He just tried to hold on to her tight. So I wrote that song for Garth Brooks, but he's never heard it. But he was a bouncer before he was a singer. He was a bouncer at a bar in Kansas City, or Oklahoma City, rather. Oklahoma City, of course, he's from Oklahoma. And he met his first wife when he was breaking up a cat fight in the ladies' bathroom. So that's where I got the idea for that song. Oh. Well, there's nothing I can do about it now. I don't know. This whole recording online has its challenges, as you may have noticed from if you've been to more than one of my shows. But that's all right. We'll get through it. This next song was inspired by my grandfather and my grandmother. My grandmother used to say she couldn't stand Ole when he'd been drinking, and Ole used to say he couldn't stand her if he hadn't. So they were at something of an impasse, and that's where this song came from. I'm here waiting supper like 100 times before, while you cool off in some honky tonk. I'm boiling more and more, but I've got grandma's cure for men who stray the way you do. It worked just fine on Grandpa, and I'll bet it works on you. Just stagger on home, just stagger on in. You just breathe those whiskey lies all over me again, and I'll get me a firm grip on Grandma's rolling pin, and you'll have a brand new reason to be staggering again. Well, I've tried to understand you, why you drink and why you lie. I even went to see a shrink for a $50 cry, and he said I was suffering from suppressed hostility. Well, I know how to cure it. I've got a homemade remedy. Just stagger on home, just stagger on in. You just breathe those whiskey lies all over me again, and I'll get me a firm grip on Grandma's rolling pin, and you'll have a brand new reason to be staggering again. I'll give you a brand new reason to stagger again. I want to take a look at this chat and see just what the damage is here. If I can see it. Let's see. Boise, Idaho. All right. Video's a bit behind the music. I can't sync it up because I'm in the middle of a show. But I had it pretty good here a couple of weeks ago. So anyway. Oh, Alex, my goodness, how are you? I haven't seen you in 100 years. It says YouTube sync is off, I'd say by a quarter second. Oh, dear. Forget the challenges. This is coming over well. Thanks, Bob. All right. Well, I'll try to get the sync thing happening again next week. I can't stop now because there won't be any show if I stop. And I can't fix it. But I guess that's something I could teach my director to work on. Except, I don't know, it's hard to figure out even when you have time and nobody's sitting there waiting to hear you sing. So, anyhow, let's see here. How about, I forgot to mention here that if you're not, if you haven't subscribed to me on YouTube, I wish you would. I really, really wish you would. I've got a song that I'm going to play next week called Miss Kitty that has had 215,000 hits. And I can't make any money from it until I have 1,000 subscribers. That doesn't seem fair, does it? There are things in this world that are not fair. I'm learning this. Anyway, so if you would hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube, and if you're watching on Facebook and you haven't liked my Facebook page, I hope you'll do that too. If you're watching on the Facebook profile page, you can go over to the Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Claudia Nygaard Songwriter. And I appreciate it if you would do that. It's hard to keep up with all this social media stuff, but it is how a lot of venues book their acts, is by how many followers they have. I would think they would book them by how good they are, but that doesn't seem to be what they're after now. They're after people who might put butts in the seats. So anyway, if you could do that for me, I'd be most grateful. And this is a song that I wrote. Oh gosh, this is a while back too. I think I started this song in L.A. Sometimes I write songs and then I end up rewriting them. And this song is one of those. I started it in L.A. back years ago, and then I kind of dolled it up. I get better at writing and singing and stuff as time goes by, so then I have to make improvements on things. Anyway, this is for all the folks down in Texas. I got a postcard from El Paso of a cowboy with a lasso, roping a jackrabbit 10 feet tall. And another Texas postcard shows this old boy in his backyard, and that watermelon makes his house look small. Those folks down in Texas ain't too shy to tell us that what they raise in Texas is the best. Well, I thought they lacked modesty till he started kissing me. Now I find I'm bragging with the rest. I got a little bit of Texas in my heart. I got a feeling this is how that boasting starts. He's got a heart as big as that Texas sky, and when it comes to loving, well, my oh my, they've got a right to brag so loud. Yeah, Texas has a right to be proud. The way I've got it figured, the state ain't all that's bigger. Their native son has a real big grin. And when I see those Wranglers walking, my little knees start a-knocking, till Texas ain't the only state I'm in. Got a little bit of Texas in my heart. I got a feeling this is how that boasting starts. He's got a heart as big as that Texas sky, and when it comes to loving, well, my, oh my, they've got a right to brag so loud. Yeah, Texas has a right to be proud. Yeah, Texas has a right. So a short while ago, I think about a month ago, I was on Facebook and somebody mentioned this song, which I have not sung for 20 years at least. I wrote this before I came to Nashville, but I started playing with it yesterday or the day before, and I thought, oh, this would be fun to play. So this used to be my best song 20 years ago, but now it's still a good song, but it's not my best song anymore because things get better with time. Like women get much better with time, I hope. Just like in the Tennessee waltz, I'm dancing with somebody new. Your old friend is holding me tight when I should be dancing with you. Dancing's too much like romancing, and my heart's afraid I'll step over the line. The way my heart's beating, I must be cheating, two-timer in three-quarter time. I don't dare to open my eyes. My feet can't be touching the floor. You told him you wouldn't mind. You and I never dance anymore. Dancing's too much like romancing, and my heart's afraid I'll step over the line. The way my heart's beating, I must be cheating, two-timing in three-quarter time. This waltz will soon come to an end. I'll have to open my eyes. And then, what am I gonna do? I've never deceived you with lies. Dancing so much like romancing, and my heart's afraid I'll step over the line. The way my heart's beating, I must be cheating, two-timing in three-quarter time. The way my heart's beating, I must be cheating, two-timing in three-quarter time. Well, here's another Texas song. I don't know how I ended up with two Texas songs so I have this great big thing that says new messages on my computer. I've got this restream thing that says, oh, okay. Carla and Tom are with you. Tom Swearingen is a wonderful cowboy. Oh, he says we're in sync on his computer, but he's watching on Facebook. It appears to be a YouTube issue. Oh, good. Thank you, Nancy. I think maybe the sync... Well, that's not good. If I have to fix it for YouTube, then it's going to be bad for Facebook. We'll have to do a little test run here again later. Did a show yesterday with Tom Swearingen, who's a wonderful cowboy poet in Oregon. And so anyway, hi to Carla and Tom. What it was a Southwest Regional Folk Alliance conference yesterday, and we did a little workshop on Western music. I'm doing a Western show, and if I was really a professional, I'd know what that date is off the top of my head, but I don't right now. But I know it's like the second or third weekend in November. It's when Western Music Association conference would have been. So I think that's like the 13th or something like that. Anyway, it's a Sunday, obviously. So it's like well, you'll know if you're on my mailing list. So what you should do is, if you're not on my mailing list, you should sign up on my mailing list, which you can do by going to my website. Or you can just send me an email at Claudia at theluckygirl@gmail.com, and then include your zip code so I know where you are, because you don't want to get a bunch of emails about me playing in Oregon if you live in New York. But anyway, we did this little workshop yesterday with some really fine acts, notable exceptions, and Jim Jones, and we had just a lovely time. Carolyn Martin, the swing queen. And it was really fun. It was great to hear everybody. And so check out Tom Swearingen's music poems. I mean, he's a great poet, Cowboy Poet of the Year this year. So I'm honored to have him watching. So anyway, here's another Texas song. And this might even end up on my Western album, which I'm getting ready to do if I ever get this streaming thing down so I can move on to something else. But this is a song that could possibly be on it if I decide there's room. I've got a lot of songs for it already, but this one, this has been a favorite of mine for a while. That West Texas moon will be rising soon and light up these El Paso hills tonight. Lovers in their cars parked underneath the stars will steam the windows up, holding each other tight. For everyone but me, that love light shines so easily, like the moonlight holds a truck, the headlights hold the dust, like the night holds their trust in love. And that West Texas moon in love, and that West Texas moon, West Texas moon, won't you shine on me? It's my turn, you see. Love can't come too soon. West Texas moon shining in the night, I need to be held tight. Shine on me, West Texas moon. That Texas moon will be rising soon and come shining in through my bedroom window. And I lie here once more, watching moonbeams cross the floor till they fall next to me on an empty pillow. That moonlight shines so cold when you've got no one to hold. Oh, but nothing shines as warm when you're in somebody's arms beneath that West Texas moon. Beneath that West Texas moon. West Texas moon, won't you shine on me? It's my turn, you see, and love can't come too soon. West Texas moon, shining in the night, I need to be held tight. Shine on me, West Texas moon. Shine on me, West Texas moon. Oh, shine on me, West Texas moon. Thank you. So if you have heard me before, then, and especially if you've heard me do a live show, then you know that I have some songs that kind of pick on the fellas a bit. Actually, I have a lot of songs like that. Well, 4 or 5 anyway. Most of them are funny. I mean, they're lighthearted. They're about the Great War, you know, the battle between the sexes. That's the war that's been going on the longest of all the wars we have had. But anyway, I decided a while back that I should write a song for guys to sing where they pick on the girls. And so I did. And this is the song. And you have to imagine that I'm a guy now, because it won't make any sense if you think I'm a girl while I'm singing this. But I have to sing it in a girl key because that's where my voice is. But anyway, this is a song that I'm hoping I can get cut one of these days, because I think it's a pretty good song. Hang on a second. Oh, I should tell you that these shows are going to be probably still on Facebook and YouTube. If you missed part of it, you got here late, and you want to see the beginning, or you want to see last week's show or something. I know my last week's show is going to be up on Facebook probably. I didn't check. I meant to check. Note to self that I have to check, make sure it's up there. But I'm planning to have them on YouTube, so you can come back and look at them later. Maybe I'll even fix them. Anyway, here's the song. Ronke. Another man's mind. I have to start over again. Another man's woman might have taken his car or cleaned out his bank account. I can't believe she'd leave me this way. What's gone I can't live without. I miss her shiny big brown eyes, the way she'd run to me when I came home. Can you imagine my surprise to open my front door and find her gone? Doggone. Wife too. I'll never find another hound like that. What am I gonna do? Doggone. wife too. If I get down on my knees, if I beg her pretty please, do you think she'd let me keep old Blue? That blue tick hound ain't worth no money, she ain't got no pedigree, but she's loyal and loving, don't ever snap at me when whistle she runs to me. I'll miss her howling on Saturday night, the way she'd whimper when I'd stroke her ear. I'll miss seeing for the rest of my life how her tail would wiggle when I'd say, come here, doggone. Wife too. I'll never find another hound like that. What am I gonna do? Doggone. Wife too. If I get down on my knees, if I beg her pretty please, do you think she'd let me keep old Blue? Oh, Blue, she don't mind my scratching, don't ever ask me to shave. Oh, Blue, don't interrupt my napping, just flops down next to me in the shade. Doggone. Wife too. I'll never find another hound like that. What am I gonna do? Doggone. Wife too. If I get down on my knees, if I beg her pretty please, do you think she'd let me keep old Blue? Doggone. Wife too. It's not really a girl song, but it works if you have the right guy singing it. Okay, this one is supposed to be a guy singing it too, but it's actually supposed to be a duet, this next song. But I'm going to sing both parts because I don't have a duet partner. Someday I will. Looking for a duet partner for this. If I find a duet partner, I might put this on the Western album too, but it's not as much Western as it is just country. This is a country show. And you're wondering what is the difference? Well, you'll have to come to my Western show and then you'll know. Because I write both kinds of music, country and Western. Which used to be a joke, but that's actually true. They are different formats. They are different genres. Okay, here's some little history. Back when the gramophone was invented back in the 20s, that began the recording industry. People up until then had to have like a violin or somebody in the family played the piano or something, and everything was about sheet music, hence Tin Pan Alley. That's where the sheet music was being written. But when the gramophone came about, people who were not musically inclined, which would be about 90% of my family, would be able to hear music in their house anyway, even though they couldn't play an instrument. So what happened was these gramophones made these wax cones, that people could buy and play this music in their house with a phonograph player. So they sold like hotcakes. This was during the Industrial Revolution, and there was a whole lot of, this is the first time we went from an agrarian society to I'm getting into this now, but into a manufacturing society, and people had disposable income for the first time. So they would buy these phonograph players or gramophone players. So anyway, what happened was these people started going around and finding people to record. And so they would go up into Appalachia and they'd find some guy playing his banjo on the porch and, what's your name? Carter. My name is Mr. Carter. And so they'd record him. Well, there was also these guys out west, way out west, with harmonicas and guitars and some concertinas. They say accordions, but I think concertinas are easier to carry when you're riding a horse, working the cattle drives. And that was actually a very different art form from country, which country grew out of the Celtic English and Scottish and the British Isles, whereas really Western music kind of came up from south of the border with the guitars. So anyhow, Western music was a different genre than country, but Western wasn't being recorded as much and it wasn't selling as much, and the record labels didn't know what to do with it, so they just lumped it in with country music and called it country Western. And that's the end of your musicology lesson for today. Anyway, this is a country song, but it could be Western. Depends on who's singing it. My heart jumped right in your pocket that first time you came around. You had that grin that just did me in, and we were the talk of the town. And what we had lasted a long time, but we had our ups and our downs, till we split into all we had, me and you. 'Cause we had it all turned around. Now I've got the kids and you've got the car. We'll both have our faults, we point out what they are. I have the house, we both have our doubts and our pride. Oh, our pride and an ache we won't have to divide. You had your side of the story, and I had my side of the bed. We once made love all night, now all we do is fight with words that should never be said. I guess I took you for granted when I should have took you in my arms. When you start keeping score, it ain't love anymore. And it's not just the grown-ups it harms. Now I've got the kids and you've got the car. We both have our faults, we point out what they are. I've got the house, and we both have our doubts and our pride. Oh, our pride and an ache we won't have to divide. Sad. But, you know, sometimes it's like that. I should check here. By the way, I should probably mention, Alex says, haven't you heard the war is over? I don't think so, Alex. Good. I'm getting good reviews on the mix. Oh, Ron. Oh, you mean the Doggone song, I'll bet. Well, you can get it from me. Just send me an email. You probably have my email address. If not, you can get it from my website. Yeah, it's a good one. Hey, my cousin just got on. Hey, Brian. This is fun. I'm having a good time seeing Oh, there's Terry. Aw. So this next song, let's see, what was I going to play? I forgot. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to mention that I'm unemployed. This is a good time probably for me to mention that. I don't remember if this is, I think I was supposed to mention it a couple of songs ago. But anyway, I do have a Venmo account and a PayPal account if you're so inclined. Or if you'd like to buy an album or a download, you can now do that on my website. You can download single songs on my website. This is an amazing thing. I didn't think I'd ever be able to do that. But you don't have to go to iTunes or anything. You just go to my website and you go to the store and you just can buy a song for 99 cents or you can buy a whole album. And the cool thing about this is if I ever get this nailed, this streaming thing nailed, and can start doing some recording, I can start selling some of the songs that don't actually fit on an album. Because, when I get to recording, there's always an album I have to do. And so this will not only allow me to sell albums, but individual songs. And I do know that I've got some Christmas songs I'd really like to get recorded. But anyway, I got the Western album to do, and I got a children's project already written, and I've got about enough songs for the next Americana record. And I'm going to play those on the Sunday before New Year's Eve. I figured new songs for New Year's. So if you want to know what the schedule is going to be, then you have to be on my mailing list, and then you'll get an email, and you'll know what the shows are going forward. I guess I could mention coming attractions here. That's what I was supposed to be mentioning here. I have actually a set list with coming attractions right here. So the coming attractions should show on the screen there. And are we doing that? Oh, we got it. Good. He's got it. He's on top of it. So anyway, that's what's going to be coming up next week is going to be Let the Storm Roll In, which is the album that I had out before Lucky Girl, and it has songs on it that everybody likes. It's got Big Country, it's got Miss Kitty, it's got His Left Side, the song about my dad, it's got JC, which is one of my most popular songs, and it's got some great songs on it, and I'll be doing the whole album next Sunday, which I'm really looking forward to because I don't have to be so uncertain. These songs that I'm playing tonight and last week, I'm just learning them now on stage. This is not the way seasoned professionals are supposed to do this. You're supposed to know the song, then play it, not learn as you go. But this is live streaming. This is what you get. Anyway, let's see here. So what am I doing? Oh, I know what I'm doing. Oh no. I don't know the key. Oh, yes, I do. Okay. I don't know why I left you. Was I crazy? Was I blind? What could I have been thinking? What did I hope to find? I left your arms in that old farm, not knowing what I'd lose. If home is where the heart is, I'm living in my shoes. You got someone new now, and I know she's good to you. She does all the loving things I always meant to do. But the grass was greener on the far side of the fence. Permanent pasture wasn't what I was after, but I've learned its value since. I don't know why I left you. Was I crazy? Was I blind? What could I have been thinking? What did I hope to find? I left your arms in that old farm, not knowing what I'd lose. If home is where the heart is, I'm living in my shoes. You got a swell apartment with a fireplace and view, a bed with satin pillows where I lie and think of you. I got everything I need to start a new romance. All I need now's amnesia, and I might have a chance. I don't know why I left you. Was I crazy? Was I blind? What could I have been thinking? What did I hope to find? I left your arms in that old farm, not knowing what I'd lose. If home is where the heart is, I'm living in my shoes. If home is where the heart is, I'm living in my shoes. Now that's country. That's Hank country. That was his Hank inspiration there. This next one came out of my cowgirling days too. I had a strawberry roan Appaloosa when I was younger. A lot younger. Her name was Misty Starlight. Well, Starlight was her legal name, but we called her Misty. I'm going to read a couple of these messages here. Let's see here. Oh, Pamela. I think this is interesting for people who've hosted me in a house concert because it's kind of the same show. Different songs, though. I'm playing songs tonight that I never play. Well, this next one I play all the time, but most of the songs in this set I never play. So it's fun for me to get to play these songs that I never quite fit into the set list because I have fans of certain songs, and if I don't play them, I get complaints. You would think I had hits. Anyway, here's a song that came out of my relationship with Misty Starlight initially, and my tomboying days, which don't appear to be over yet, but I'm sure that I'll be. My mother used to always say to me, Claudia, be a lady, be it ever so painful. And it was. And that's why I was unsuccessful at it. But I've gotten better at it now. But anyway. No, wait, I just made up a new intro for this today. Pigtails flying in the wind at 90 miles an hour. Mama's on the front porch with her face as white as flour. Papa's on the back porch, yelling, go, girl, go. I grab that Appaloosa's reins and hover down low, wearing Mama's lipstick and Daddy's worn-out shirt. I could hear my daddy cheering, Mama crying, don't get hurt. And there's a fire out on the prairie. The grass is dry and burning fast, but we'll beat it down to the river if this pony's legs will last. If this pony's legs will last. Running 10 years later with a boy who was no good. All my ponies are hitched up underneath that pickup's hood. We found a back road way out on the edge of town. Rev those horses up and slam the pedal down, with heads full of stupid and hearts filled with desire. We were racing for the river like our britches were on fire. And there's a fire out on the prairie. The grass is dry and burning fast, but we'll beat it down to the river if this pony's legs will last. If this pony's legs will last. I'm gonna ride this pony just as fast as she can go. I don't know where I'm going, but there is one thing I know. Don't want to look back in another 20 years on a life that had no laughter, a life that had no tears. Carve on my tombstone after I have died. Before the fire got her, well, you should have seen her ride. And there's a fire out on the prairie. The grass is dry and burning fast, but we'll beat it down to the river if this pony's legs will last, if this pony's legs will last. There's a fire out on the prairie. The grass is dry and burning fast, but we'll beat it down to the river if this pony's legs will last, if this pony's legs will last. I keep waiting for applause, you know, and there's not any. But that's okay. I'm sure that you're clapping away. Oh, my director's clapping silently. my film. Are you a film director or a video director or now this is more like a television director, really. This is more like a television director. Oh. Cool. Let's see here. How about let me do this one. I got a couple more here I'm gonna do, and then oh yeah, my set list is on the floor here. It fell down, so I'm having to read it this way. Okay. I love this song. This next song is from an old album too, the same album as the song I did earlier. Hold On to Her, same album as that. This show has about 4 waltzes in it and no other ballads. I don't know how that happened, but it did. So. I'm gonna take my glasses off. I don't need my glasses on for this. I pray as I lay me down to sleep. Pray to the Lord my soul to keep in your heart. Could He keep your heart true? 'Cause God knows and I know why you're not at home. And God and I know that you're not alone. My heart knows that real love takes two. And God knows I love you. I told Him so. I prayed for your love and swore not to let go. And God knows I'm hurt. He's heard me cry. God knows I love you. He just doesn't know why. You forgot your wedding ring. Was tight? Or did you forget that you're married tonight? Oh, my heart, it's turning to stone. When you get home, I'll have gone on my way. I can't find one single reason to stay, 'cause my heart, it's already alone. And God knows I love you. I told him so. I prayed for your love, swore not to let go, and God knows I'm hurt. He's heard me cry. God knows I love you. He just doesn't know why. God knows I love you. He just doesn't know why. Well, here's an album. Here's a song off my newest album, Lucky Girl. And I did have a song on there that made the cut for Honky Tonk. Matter of fact, I shot a video of this song in a honky tonk, in the honky tonk for me. The first bar I ever sang in on Cape Cod. And it was great. And it came out pretty good. I'm getting ready to edit it soon. So if you are on YouTube watching, subscribe. Then the next time you go on YouTube, there'll be a little notice for you to see it. Yeah, I've got about 4 or 5 videos that I'm hoping to get to pretty soon. I may have to cut back on my streaming to do it. If this doesn't come a little easier. Of course, I could try to do shows where I don't have to learn an entire show in a week's time. That might be smart. I could pick songs I already know. Where's the thrill in that? You know, this is one of the few professions where you can actually humiliate yourself for a living. I know this because it's taken me years, but I have been successful at doing it. Anyway, I'm the one who walks the floor when you stop out to have one more. I'm the one who threatens yells and whines. I'm the one who tries to count all your beers when we go out. It ain't your drinking problem, it's mine. I'm the one who acts insane, pouring good booze down the drain. I'm the one pretending things are fine. I tell your boss you've got the flu. You're sick all right, but I'm sick too. It ain't your drinking problem, it's mine. It ain't your drinking problem, it's mine. I'm the one who's crying all the time. I could leave or I could stay. You'll buy a 6-pack either way. It ain't your drinking problem, it's mine. Last night you went back out drinking. I stayed home and did some thinking about the carefree girl I used to be. I thought about my old hometown, and then I got my suitcase down and I solved my drinking problem finally. Now it's your drinking problem, not mine. And once you sober up, you'll find that I've gone and left you flat. And if you're thirsty after that, well, that's your drinking problem, not mine. Baby, I wish you well, but now it's my turn to raise hell, and it's your drinking problem. Ain't my drinking problem. No, it's your drinking problem, not mine. Well, let me have a quick look here at the messages before I do. Well, let me do a poem first, actually. I'm doing a poem every week. I'm going to do a poem tonight that's a cowboy poetry poem because I'm doing country stuff. And I don't know of any country poets. I only know about cowboy poets. Be doing one of Tom Swearingen's poems on the Western Night when I'm doing my Western Night show. But tonight I'm doing a poem by a guy named Mike Logan. And this is called Old Cookie. Now old Cookie was some ugly, and he sure weren't no rose. If you lost him in a stampede, you could find him with your nose. Cookie wasn't scared of water. Shoot, he used it every day, making coffee, beans, and biscuits. But washing it? No way. Now, I ain't faulting Cookie. He could sure enough rustle grub. But he'd just get plain insulted at the mention of a tub. Cookie's apple pie was heaven. It just seemed some angels blend. Punchers pert near fought for seconds, but they always ate up wind. Cookie's wagon, it was spotless. Plates and cups was shiny clean. But you just mentioned bathing and old Cookie'd get plumb mean. You really can't blame Cookie. He only had one shirt. We never knowed which parts was cloth and which parts grease and dirt. I roped a skunk for Cookie once. Just did it for a joke. When I drug him up to Cookie, well, I thought that skunk would choke. We lost old Cookie that year, had a crossing on the Platte. Chuck wagon tipped in midstream. We only found his hat. Old Cookie never learned to swim, a fact too late found out. Of course, I always thought if watered right, old Cookie'd probably sprout. He's likely making pine trees now, with needles long and green. He lived his life in one old shirt, but he met his maker clean. Old Cookie by Mike Logan. Well, this brings us to the last song. Oh, I was going to check, see if I need to respond to any. Come on, computer, wake up. No dozing here. Oh, thank you. Mabry says every song that I hear is new to me. You know what, Mabry? They're pretty much new to me too. Because I haven't played them in so long. But that's the best part about the streaming is, when I play, and I say this every week, but when I play out live, there's certain songs I got to do. A lot of them are in the show next week, so that'll be good. But there's certain songs that if I don't play them, then I get complaints. So then I know I got to fit those into the set. So doing the streaming thing, I figure, well, you can come back next week. It's not like this is the only time I'm coming through town this year. You can hear me every Sunday night at 7 o'clock Central. And I'm doing next week the Let the Storm Roll In. Do we have I can't remember what the next one is after that. Oh, Americana? Oh, no, the songs. Oh, that's right, the American Songbook. That's what I'm doing the week after that. I'm doing all standards. I was the singer with the high school dance band, and that turned me on to the American Songbook at a very tender age. I think 16 when I discovered it before that. My parents had all those records, but I'm kind of excited about doing that. So that the weekend after next Sunday will be the Let the Storm Roll In album with JC and His Left Side and Miss Kitty and Big Country and all of those. And then the weekend after that, which will be the second weekend in October, will be songs from the American Songbook. So that's date night, so you might want to have a bottle of wine chilled, and there'll be some romantic songs probably, and so you can cuddle up with your sweetie. You'll have to cuddle up because if you're both watching it on the same screen, you're going to have to be close together. Anyway, this is a song that is kind of a newer one. And hang on a second here. See, I think I might need this chart. Yeah, heck it. I'm going to wing it. Could be a disaster, but we can always cut it out. Only the people that are watching right now will know I screwed it up. Anyway, I do want to say thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate it. Please tell your friends about the show, particularly next week, and share. Get. I'm trying to build some audience here, and so it'll be lovely to be able to build some audience while I'm here stuck at home and can't do that out on the road. And I do really appreciate y'all chatting with me. It makes it so much more fun because otherwise I'm just like looking at this little light and I feel like I'm just talking to the wall here. But I know that you're out there, and that makes all the difference in the world to me. Music isn't something, I mean, I can play for myself and enjoy it, but it's when you're a songwriter, it's all about your relationship with the audience. So thank you for being here. Thank you for chatting. And I hope that you'll come back next Sunday. And if you can't make it for some reason, hopefully I'll be able to get this together and it'll be on YouTube. And you can see it on my YouTube page. If you're not on my mailing list, please get on my mailing list. I don't usually send out a mailing list but about 4 times a year. But right now I'm doing it a little more often because of the streaming. To let people know about the shows. So I'm doing it at least monthly right now, and maybe twice a month. I should do it every week, but I'm scared people will unsubscribe if I don't want to bug them. I don't really mind bugging them, actually. Anyway, thanks for being here, and here's the last song of this set. This will probably be on my next Americana album. It was almost made it on a Lucky Girl. So I'll have a quick peek at the stream here before I say goodnight. I mean before I stop the stream. But this is the last song. I don't mind you leaving me, I don't want you back no more. Ah, shoot. I gotta have the notes. I don't know this song yet. What happened to my audio here? Thank you. All right. Sorry. But you don't want to hear the same old songs every week, do you? I don't mind your leaving me, I don't want you back no more. But I wish you'd left behind the girl I was before. Bathroom scale ain't moving up or down, but I got a heart that weighs 1,000 pounds. I know I should comb my hair, I just can't remember why. I know I should go out and tell Cupid, let it fly. I could be fun to be around without a heart that weighs 1,000 pounds. Yeah, the boys will be blinded by the gleam in my eye. They'd be slack-jawed, 'cause my grin was so sly. Argyle socks would roll up and down if I didn't have a heart that weighed 1,000 pounds. Well, I know time heals all wounds, I just hope it wounds all heals. Yeah, to comfort me to know someday you might feel like big old concrete boots pulling you down, like you got a heart that weighs 1,000 pounds. Yeah, the boys will be blinded by the gleam in my eye. They'd be slack-jawed, 'cause my grin was so sly. Argyle socks would roll up and down if I didn't have a heart that weighed 1,000 pounds. If I didn't have a heart that weighed 1,000 pounds. But I got a heart that weighs 1,000 pounds. Thank you all for being here. Hope you come back next week. Do subscribe if you haven't already, and please, or follow me on Facebook if you're there on Facebook. And I hope that. Also I should mention Spotify. I'm on Spotify. My last 2 albums are on Spotify, and soon I'm hoping to do a podcast from the Western Workshop. Yeah, I think I have to. I don't know if I have to do something separate about that, but anyway, I'll probably have it up by November by the time I do the Western show anyway, and I hope to have it up before that. So get on my mailing list, and you'll know about all this stuff happening. And hope you'll follow me on Spotify, and so that my algorithms will get a bump, and then other playlists will add me. So anyway, thank you very much for being my friend. Bye. And I went steady when I was 14 years old. We met at the roller skate skating rink, and that's the only place we ever saw each other. One time he rode his bicycle